Hi everybody. I hope that everybody had a great weekend. I had a very busy weekend. We took Bryce to Bristol to the race, and he got to watch his favorite race car driver, Chase Elliott, race. It was like the fourth time I think that he's been to a race at Bristol. So the fifth time. He said, corrected me. It's the fifth time that he went to a Bristol race. We were all social distance, believe it or not. We were not sitting around anybody in the bleachers. We had spaces in front of us. People were like down a row and over to the left and the right of us. So it was really good. Everybody was wearing their masks. So it worked out really, really good. So I hope that everybody had a restful weekend. Miss Bowen and I have been working today on desks in our room. We have had a couple of kids come in today and do their STAR test and do their Brigance test, and we enrolled everybody in your new course on Odysseyware. If you are getting a paper packet, those are ready for you to be picked up in the office. I think that's about it. We've been doing a lot today. So I'm a little bit later this afternoon videoing our lesson, but we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go through Calendar Center. We're going to read a story today, and we get our first sight word today. So it's an exciting day because we are actually starting on not only just learning about letters, but also learning about words. So we get our first sight word today. Okay, so we're going to start on our calendar this morning. And we are still in the month of September. It's the 9th month in the year. So here we have the word September. So let's say that in a sentence. The month is September. Very good. And yesterday was Sunday. We're starting a brand new week of school. So technically, Sunday is our first day of the week. But our school week always starts, unless we are celebrating a holiday or we're out for weather or something like that, we always start our week on Monday. So let's say that in a sentence. The day of the week is Monday. Very good. And I went ahead and filled in the dates for Saturday, September 19th, and Sunday, September 20th. So we're going to start at 1 and count forward and see what number comes after 20. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. What number comes next? 21. Very good. So today is the 21st day of September. And if we look at our pattern, we have an A-B pattern, which means we're going back and forth between two colors. Our shape is a circle this month. And we're going back and forth between the colors orange and green. So every time there's an orange, green follows it. And then the pattern starts over. Every time there's a green, orange comes next. So we had green on Sunday. And today we are going to use the color orange. When I write the number 21, I put a 2 in the tens place. That tells me in the number 20 we have two groups of 10. And then I'm putting a 1 in the ones place. So this is the number 21. A 2 in the tens place and a 1 in the ones place. So I'm putting that underneath the day of the week, Monday, after the number 20. Okay, so now that brings us to our year. We're in the same year. We are in the year 2020. So let's say that in a sentence. The year is 2020. Very good. So let's say our whole date. Today is Monday, September 21st, 2020. Very good. Now we're going to go over to our straws. On Friday, it was day number 14 of school. And we talked last week about grouping those straws in the ones place, that once we get to the number 10, we put them in a bundle, we move them next door to the tens place. So we had 14 straws on Friday. We had one group of 10, 4 straws in the ones place. So I'm getting out a straw for today. One straw for one one day of school today, putting it into the ones place. I had 4 straws in the ones place on Friday, and now I'm going to count my straws since I just added one more. Bryce, do you want to come help me count straws? He says no. He's a little camera shy. If Brody were here, he would probably help his mother out, but Bryce is being a little bit shy, so that's okay. So we're going to count our straws by 1. So I've got them in my set, and I'm moving them over to my other hand as I count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm putting 5 straws in the ones, taking the number 4 out, replacing it with a 5. Then I'm going to my tens place. In the tens place, the straws are in groups of, and I keep having to tap my little mouse pad on my laptop. Straws are in groups of 10. So I could count and say this is one group of 10. The number in the tens place tells me how many groups of 10 I have, and I have one group of 10. But when I'm counting them, I'm going to say the total number of straws in that group. So when I pass it, we're going to say 10. Okay? So count with me. Ready? I'm passing it, and we say 10. Very good. Now I'm going to count all of our straws. When we count all of our straws, we start with the largest place, which is the tens place, and then we have our ones place. So we have 10. Now we're going to the ones, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put my one group of 10 in my tens place, my 5 ones in my ones place. And now we're going to count on our counting chart. Remember, anytime that we are reading something, or if we're counting by ones forward on our counting chart, we're always starting at the top, and we read our numbers from the left to the right, the top to the bottom. If we're reading words in a book, we start at the top of each page and read the words from left to right, top to the bottom. Okay? So we're going to start at 1, and we're counting forward. Remember, when we count forward, we're really counting up. Our numbers are getting larger. They're becoming greater. There are more. They're bigger. So we're starting at 1, and we're going to count and make sure that 15 is this next card right here. So here we go. Let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. After the number 14 comes the number 15. And there's 15. 1 in the tens place, 5 in the ones place. And this number matches the number that we have right there. Okay. Now, so far we have talked about letters A through J. So today we're getting 2 new letters that we're going to talk about, and then tomorrow we'll go through all the letters and sounds up behind me on our wall. We'll go through starting at letter A and say the letter name, the sound 3 times, and the picture card. Okay, but today we're just introducing letters K and L. So first we have the letter K. We have uppercase K, and we have lowercase k. They kind of look alike. They're just a little bit different, but we have uppercase K, lowercase k, and K makes the sound k, k, k. So let's say that letter name. K. K, k, k. Very good. And K is the first letter, and the k sound is the first sound we hear in words like kangaroo, ketchup, and kittens. So you can see I've got those K's highlighted for kangaroo, ketchup, and kittens. Uppercase K and lowercase k. After the letter K comes the letter L. Here's an uppercase L and a lowercase L. L makes the sound L. So our tongue is going to come up to the roof of our mouth behind our front teeth. If we have our front teeth, some of you may have already lost your teeth. So pretend they're there if you have, and we're going to make the L sound. So let's say L, L, and the l sound is at the beginning of words like lion. We have ladder, lemonade, and leaf. Okay, so today we talked about letters K and letter L. And in your Google Classroom, you will have activities where you are sorting and you're putting uppercase K's together and lowercase K's together. And then on another slide, you'll have uppercase L's that you'll sort together and lowercase L's that you will sort together. Okay? All right. Now, remember I told you not only were we going to be getting a couple of new letters today, but we are also getting a sight word today. So we're actually starting and we're going to be reading some words. So our first sight word that we get in kindergarten doubles up. It's a letter in the alphabet, but it's also its own word. And that word is the word I. And right here it is. This is the sight word I. So let's say this word I. Very good. When we write this word or when we spell this word, it is always uppercase capital. Okay? So when we spell it uppercase I, or when we write it, we write an uppercase I. We use the word I to talk about ourself. Okay? The letter I is also a word, and it's the word I. And here it is in a sentence. So if you look right here at this picture, we see our sight word I. In this sentence, it's highlighted, and it says, I have a big family. You use the word I when you're talking about yourself. We might use the sentence, I am a teacher, or I am a girl. Or if I'm asking a question and including myself, I might say, can I borrow a pencil? Okay, so this week the word that I want you all to focus on is the word I. Practice writing it, practice talking and using the word I in a sentence. I am a girl. I like to ride my bike. I like pizza. Okay, use some sentences and use the sight word I. That's our first word that we learned in kindergarten is the word I. Okay, right here it is. All right. Also in Google Classroom, you've got some activities on there that focus on the word I. Now also this week we're going to be talking about families. Everybody has a family. You may have a small family. You may have a big family. Like in the picture that we just looked at, this person has a really big family, okay? And your family can consist of all different kinds of people. So we're going to read a story this morning, and it's called What Makes a Family? And here is the front cover of my book. I turn it over, and I have the back cover of my book, and I have my spine. On the front, I have the title of my story, What Makes a Family? And I have the author's name. Remember, the author is the person who writes the words to the story. So this author's name is Pam Munoz Ryan. So she is the author. Now this book's a little bit different. It doesn't have an illustrator. And the reason it does not have an illustrator is because nobody drew the pictures in this story. They all were taken by a photographer. Okay, so let's listen to What Makes a Family. Okay, everybody's family is special. That's a pretty big family, isn't it? And everybody's family is special. Okay, look here. Families may include parents, sisters, and brothers. So right here you look like you have a mom and a dad and a sister and a brother. Okay? Look at the next page. Look at these families. This looks like sisters maybe. This looks like a mom and a dad and brothers. doesn't it? And this looks like a mom and a dad and 2 brothers and a sister. So families can be made up of all different people. Okay. It says families may include grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. So in these pictures on these 2 pages, we have moms and dads and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and grandparents and cousins. A lot of times you have your immediate family that live in your house with you. Then you have all kinds of other family that you get to see during holidays, birthdays, and special occasions. And those people make your family really big when you get to see all those, don't they? Sometimes friends and neighbors are part of our families. And I don't know about you all, but we have a lot of really close friends who are just like family to us. And they come to our house and they hang out with me and they hang out with my boys. And they're a part of our family. They're really close friends and they're like being a part of our family. Some families are small. Some families are big. Everybody's family is special. So it doesn't matter if you have a small family, a big family. Everybody has a family of their own, and everybody's family is special in its own way. And it says families may live close together. Most of my family lives really close by. My dad lives about 5 minutes away. My grandma lives about 2 minutes from my house. My husband's mom lives a couple of minutes from our house, and we go to her house every day. It's practically like we live there too. Families may live far apart, but then we have some family members that live far apart. My husband's sister, she lives about 2 hours away, so we have to plan to be able to see her and her kiddos. We try to do that often, but sometimes it's hard when you have a busy schedule to get with everybody, and when you live far away, it takes special planning to get to see everybody. Families do many things together. So here you've got some people flying a kite, blowing bubbles, they're washing the dog, they're playing the guitar and having a roast. Looks like some kind of they're roasting marshmallows on the beach with a fire. That's always fun, isn't it? Families celebrate together. Everybody's family is special. So we've heard that several times in this book, that everybody's family is special. So here everybody's getting together, and usually when you get together with your family, a fun thing that you do is you get to eat really good food. And if you're celebrating a birthday, you get to have cake. And we had a birthday party not long ago, and it was Bryce's birthday, and we got to eat cake. Brody's birthday's coming up in October on the 12th, and we get to have cake again. So it's always good when you get to have cake. Families help each other. So there's a little boy helping his dad with his bike. This family, they're all washing the car together. That looks like fun, doesn't it? Over here, you've got a little girl helping her mom water the flowers in the garden. Right here, you've got a little girl helping cook. She might be helping her mom cook, or that might be her grandma she's helping cook. When someone in your family says, "I love you," how does that make you feel? You feel warm inside, don't you? It always feels nice when somebody says, "I love you." And there's our sight word. There's the word "I." It's highlighted in yellow. It's kind of hard to see on the green page, but there it is. That's our sight word. When someone says, "I am proud of you," a special day feels happier. So sometimes your family will say how proud they are of you for doing something really good, really neat. Families have memories. I remember when you were a baby, says a grandmother. She always remembers. Grandmas have that special place, don't they? They remember a lot of stuff about us from when we were little. Everybody's family is special. What is special about your family? And there's a picture of a big family. So I want you guys to think about your family. Maybe it's just you and your mom at home. Maybe it's you and your mom and your dad, or maybe it's your mom and your dad and your brothers and your sisters if you have some. Maybe you live at home with your grandmother or your grandfather or both your grandparents, or maybe a bunch of people from your family live in your house. So I'm going to fix us an assignment thing, a little task on Google Classroom, and I want you to try to draw me a picture of your family. And if I can figure out exactly how to get it to work on Google Classroom, I will put it on there. If not, get you some paper and pencil or crayons, marker, whatever you want to use to draw. Draw me a picture of your family and have whoever snap a picture of it and send it to me on DoJo so that I can see a picture of you and your family. And if you want to label your picture and tell me the names of the people that you drew, that would be wonderful. Okay? It doesn't have to be like fancy. You can draw me stick people. You can draw me circles. Just draw me a picture of your family. Okay? Now, we did have one more person who sent me a video of themselves doing something all by themselves. So I'm going to grab my laptop, so it might be a little bit shaky for a minute while I walk over to the smartboard. But I want to share her video of her doing this awesome trick that she can do all by herself. Last week we showed you pictures of people writing their names. Jesse was working on writing his uppercase A's. Liam was working on his name. Some people were riding their bikes. Tyson and Jakari were riding their bikes. Peyton was riding. We had all different people that had sent pictures in of doing things all by themselves. So we have one more person who did something all by herself. It's going to take me just a minute to get over here to the smartboard. We're going to walk around the room. I'm going to flip the light switch off. Sorry if you're getting motion sickness here. I'm going to hold it out here, and I'm going to click on her video. And I want you to watch her trick. This is Miss Marvel Creech, and she's doing a one-handed cartwheel. Watch her. Whoa! Marvel! That was fantabulous. So she could do a one-handed cartwheel all by herself. That was so good, wasn't it? So I wanted to share that because I thought that you all would find that impressive too. And back in the day, Miss Saylor could do a one-handed cartwheel, but it's been a while. And about 3 years ago, I did a cartwheel out on the playground with some kids, and then when I got done, I saw some stars because it had been a while since Miss Saylor had been upside down. So Marvel is doing a good job, and when Marvel comes to school next week, she may have to show me that one-handed cartwheel in person. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed our lesson today. Practice on Google Classroom. Work on your Odyssey where you're doing shapes, and you're doing some reading assignments in Odyssey where this week. Work on your Google Classroom. I added a couple of lessons on there earlier today. I'll find some more and add on there also in a couple of videos. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Practice reading the word I. Practice writing the word I. Practice using the word I in a sentence. Draw me a picture of you and your family and send it to me on DoJo. Okay? And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.